Hello friends, Kenji, Numot the Nummy, Egashira back again for another draft video here on Card Kingdom. This is going to be another vintage cube draft as all of the health concerns go on with COVID-19. Hopefully you all stay safe. Fortunately for us, we do have some cube that we can draft, so let's go ahead and move forward and see what we have in this here vintage cube pack. Like I mentioned in my first video, of course you can get the Power 9 in this format. Though I didn't open one here, we did open a very good card in the form of Mind Twist. Definitely a card you can't pass. I'm not going to call it a fun card. It's definitely not a fun card, but it's just way too powerful. 1 black and X, target player discards X cards at random. That can often just win the game by itself on the spot. Other good cards we have here are like Kozilek, some lands, Noble Hierarch is often good as well, but hard to pass a Mind Twist, pick one, pack one. And to follow it up, we have a few good options. Personally, I enjoy, probably like Vampiric Tutor, a good way to go find the Mind Twist. Sylvan Library, just a very, very good card draw engine, even though it can cost you some life. But you combine this with any shuffle effects, and it's kind of like using a free Sensei's Divining Top and whatnot. Arid Mesa, Volcanic Island, Remand. Because we went ahead and took the Mind Twist pick one, pack one, I think this is going to be an easy Vampiric Tutor. And especially in a format like Vintage Cube, having tutor effects is just great, right? Being able to search up your best card in any given scenario seems pretty good. Follow that up, we have some more interesting black cards here. Rotting Regisaur, very good. Pack Rat, also very good. Don't really see anything else in the pack that I would really want. I actually don't like the play styles, the play patterns with Pack Rat, and so I don't often take it very early, even though it is quite good. I'm going to actually just go ahead and take the Rotting Regisaur here, and maybe look to see if we can build like a Reanimator deck. Slight possibility of wheeling the Pack Rat anyway, which would be good for that as well. So, 2 good choices here, but I think we'll just take the Rotting Regisaur and see if the Pack Rat wheels. Follow that up with potentially a Reanimate target here if I want to take the Ashen Rider. Although I think Ancient Tomb is probably just a better pick overall. Pretty hard to pass up a land that adds 2 mana even at the cost of 2 life. And since this is so early in the draft, I'm not too concerned about picking up the good Reanimator targets anyways. So let's just take the Tomb here and see where we can go from there, even though we are passing some other good cards in other colors, obviously, but I don't see a reason to really move out. Okay. Another pretty darn good pack here. Not quite sure I want to take the Imperial Seal, but we have a card like Caracas, we have Memory Jar, we have Opposition if I wanted to take that. Quite interesting, really. I mean, I think the highest upside card is probably the Opposition, so I'm going to go ahead and take that now. Although it might not be the best in a blue-black deck, but we'll see what we get past from here. And maybe we can kind of pivot. This is not really a pack that speaks to me. I just don't really care for any of these cards in general. I mean, Progenitus doesn't work with Reanimate because it's a replacement effect. It actually never goes to the graveyard. Could take the Nicol Bolas after taking this start, but that doesn't, Nicol Bolas is pretty low power, honestly, and hard to cast in Cube. I could just take Maelstrom Pulse, potentially. Just a solid removal spell, and with the Opposition, I'm going to want to pick up some creatures anyways, which means maybe moving into the green is not going to be the worst. Okay, got some really good choices here now. Balance, that's really late. This card is just super powerful, though I don't think I'm going to take it here. After taking Maelstrom Pulse and Opposition, I think Nissa is just amazing. She's one of the best planeswalkers, and it's going to be hard to pass her. Okay, now we can take the Exhume, perhaps. Well, a tried and true method of my drafting style is what I call Sultai Poop, which is just to say, blue, green, and black cards. What else do we have here? Sword of Feast and Famine's fine. Arcane Artisan can also be very, very good. But let's take the Exhume. and see if we can go from there. I'm going to go ahead and take the Kozilek now that it wheeled. The fact that I picked up Nissa means that you, in fact, can hardcast Kozilek. Not to mention, Kozilek is reanimatable, right? Any of the Eldrazi, they have a shuffle effect, not a replacement effect. So if I pick up something like Corpse Dance or Shallow Grave, I am able to reanimate them at instant speed. This is a pretty surprising pack. I don't think fetch lands should ever go this late. But that being said, it doesn't look like we have any use for an Arid Mesa in this deck. So I might actually just take the Mirari's Wake and see what happens, right? I don't have to be playing the blue here. I could be playing the Mirari's Wake, which would give me another out to hard casting this Kozilek. So let's take that and see what happens. Similarly here, not really much for me. If I do end up in white instead, maybe the Scholar, maybe the Mana Tithe. Nothing too important there. We did wheel the Ashen Rider as well. Okay. Yeah, we could do some Abzan nonsense here. Too, it feels like. Take the Tutor. Don't know if we're going to main deck it. Kayaya for the sideboard, also fine. As well as the Knight of Autumn. Okay, so a lot of Abzan cards that we just randomly have. And if I do go Abzan, that means the Ashen Rider can just be hardcast. So pack number 2 here. And we have some juicy fruits to choose from. I think the standout card, or the most eye-catching, is probably the Recurring Nightmare. Very good card, absurd with Ashen Rider. Pretty good with like Knight of Autumn too, etc., etc. But I think here, I kind of want to just take the Orzhov Signet. Yeah. It's either that or the Kodama's Reach. Both of them have pretty good value here. In fact, maybe it's probably better as a Reach over the Signet, but I could see either of those cards. We're probably going to wheel something out of this pack anyway, so I'm not too concerned. Let's go ahead and take the Reach. Another very powerful back here, damn. Tinker, Mindslaver, Iona, Teferi, Renin 6, Course of Portal, Tropical Island. Holy moly. This is a stacked pack. I don't have any blue right now, so I'm not going to take the Tropical very highly, even though I do think it is a really high pickup in this format. I don't think I need to take Iona early for the Reanimate. Honestly, I think it's probably just Mindslaver. In this format, Mindslaver effects, whether it be the actual Mindslaver here or, Emrakul, often just win the game. So, pretty hard to pass a card that can literally just win the game. Okay, next pick we have some options. Again, another fetch that I would really like to take, but just really doesn't have much utility here yet. Terastodon, Tooth and Nail, and a Metamorph. Safest pick is probably just the Metamorph. Wouldn't be surprised if either of these green cards wheel. Metamorph just has utility everywhere. Okay, now we have a nice fetch land. I'm going to go ahead and slam up this Verdant Catacombs. Passing a Simic Signet and a Duress, both very good, but can't pass that perfect fetch. Oh, similarly, Misty Rainforest and Windswept Heath, both very, very good. I think as it stands, it looks a little bit more likely that I'm going to end up in Abzan than Sultai. So let's take the Windswept Heath here over the Misty Rainforest, and then maybe try to wheel like Finale or Mesmeric Fiend if we're lucky. Grave Titan, wow, really good one. Yeah, you can just hard cast that, win the game very easily. I am passing quite a few good cards here, though. Gonti is amazing. I love Mana Dorks. Ramanap's okay with double fetch land I already have, and then even Anguished Unmaking, but hard to pass a Grave Titan. Plateau, Fumeral, good lands here. Let's just take the Dismember. I don't know if I'm going to main deck it, but, well, I guess because of that, maybe it's just better to take the Master of the Wild Hunt. Master of the Wild Hunt's also a card I'm not too thrilled on main decking, but I think it's a card really good in versus particular decks, so leave it in your sideboard. Wow! 8th pick, Emrakul the Aeon's Torn. That's pretty spicy. As well as Hero's Downfall, Harmonize, Lightning Greaves Top. This pack is freaking stacked. The fun play is definitely taking the Emrakul, and I think I'm going to do that. I think the correct pick is probably like the top. I have a bunch of shuffle effects already, but it's going to be hard to pass the spaghetti. Okay, we did wheel Recurring Nightmare. Doesn't really look like the Recurring Nightmare deck anymore, though. It looks like we're doing some big beefy stuff, so probably can get away with not running Recurring. And because of that, I either want to take like Questing Beast or Gideon or just like a value Nighthawk. Let's go with the QB. Get some touchdowns. Iona now for another reanimate plan if I wanted to, but it looks like I'm kind of hard casting the Eldrazi's right now, right? I have I have Mirai's Wake and Nissa both kind of double my mana. I do have Exhume, but I don't really have a way to get the cards in the yard besides Regisaur, so yeah, I think I might just take the Yavimaya Elder here for some fixing. We did wheel both of these cards. Okay, well, the fact that I picked up the Emrakul means the Tooth and Nail can be a lot easier to play. Out of the Reliquary also could have some good use here. Wow. Finale, Polychronos, Atarka. If I pick up Channel, that'll be worth it. Jeez, we wheeled the Ramanap and the Pernicious Deed too. With double fetch, I'm going to take the Ramanap. That also leaves me open to getting like Strip Mine in the last pack. Okay, again, no power, but I could get all three here. I already have the Emrakul and the Kozilek. As they say, they came as 3. I don't think that's the game plan, though. I think I just need some early game. And Lotus Cobra looks pretty good, not only for fixing, but for ramp. So let's take the 2-drop here. Passing a Swords to Plowshares, Vindicate. But I need to pick up that early mana really badly. Okay, Stirring Wildwood is not a bad choice, nor would be this Plow Under. The biggest issue I have with this deck right now is that I just don't have really the fast mana that I want. I'm wondering if I want to take this Gruul Signet just as a way to ramp, and it is one of my colors. I think that's going to be the pick over Plow Under. As much as it sucks, I just kind of need it. There's a Basalt Monolith, which we could take, or a Razorverge Thicket now. I think this is probably a Basalt Monolith deck. Okay, nice. We've got some Mana Dorks here. Elvish Mystic, Incubation Druid. I do have Ramanap Excavator, so Armageddon on the wheel could be a thing as well, but let's just take the 1-drop. Okay, there's the Shallow Grave. That is a thing with the Eldrazi. Now, again, the issue is I don't have a good way to put these cards in my graveyard besides Rotting Regisaur. I think there was a Putrid Imp that could wheel, though, and the potential is definitely there. Like, I don't need the Eternal Witness. I'm already glutted on 3s. So the upside, I think, of the Shallow Grave is worth it. Wow, super late Fractured Identity, too. But there's a Lily. That's another way for me to pitch cards, and it's just a really solid 3-drop. Can probably cut this Knight of the Reliquary. I don't need Elder. Let's run this Lily. Another Lily here as well, and a Marsh Flats, which probably just has to be the pick. I already have enough playables. Yeah, Liliana's great, but Marsh Flats is just way too good. Damn, and the Reanimate too? Holy moly. Alright, I'm going to take it, I guess. Don't have a great Reanimate target, though. I guess we can just run it as a value Reanimate. That's a crazy late pickup, though. There's the Ulamog. We're not going to take it, though. We both have Swords and Vindicate here, which is kind of crazy. I guess I take the Swords. Stirring Wildwood for fixing. Excellent. There's the Putrid Imp on the wheel. All right, we're going to take that for sure. Makeshift Mannequin is an instant speed way to reanimate. That might be better than Exhume then, because it can get one of the Kozilek or the Emrakul. This deck is very strange. Wow, Scarab God. Well, Parallax Wave for sideboard seems better. Okay, we probably want to get the Ashen Rider back in the deck. I think we can cut the Kozilek and just play the Emrakul as the Eldrazi Fatty. We can cut the Kaya, run her from the sideboard if our opponent runs a bunch of Mana Dorks or has like a bunch of cheap artifact ramp cards. Let's see. I can probably cut the Ramanap even though we have the, 3 fetches now. Don't think that's necessary. It feels a little bit more filler. Same thing with Questing Beast. Card's actually good, but not necessary in Vintage Cube. I'll take the Angel. And we wield the Liliana, okay. Wow, very, very crazy. Very strange draft. So, for Emrakul, we have both Shallow Grave and Makeshift Mannequin. Don't really have as many ideal ways to discard as I would like, though. We can probably pitch the Tooth and Nail if we're cutting the Kozilek. Maybe Knight of Autumn can be a sideboard card as well here. I guess I don't need to actually run the white. Do I? Maybe it's just worth it to splash for the Wake, but even that doesn't seem 100% necessary. Yeah, what happens if I cut the white here and just go green-black? Is that better? It could be better. Seems like they're probably worth it, though. And it's easy fixing, after all. Like, I have flats, Wildwood, Heath. No duels, though, that I can fetch, which means I do need to run, like, a basic Plains. Yeah, we can go a few different routes here. Kind of interesting, for sure. This is the hard part. So many playables, finding some number of cuts. All right. I'm going to get the Kozilek back in. I'm just going to splash the Mirari's Wake, I think. This is actually feasibly hard castable with both Nissa and Wake. Emrakul, 15 mana is a little bit of a stretch, but I do have the 2 instant speed ways to get it back. I think I kind of like that. I'm not going to worry about Ashen Rider being cast. I'm just going to play it as a reanimate target. So we'll go ahead and put in all of these lands, even the Stirring Wildwood. And I'm only going to put 1 Plains in the deck, which means it's going to be very unlikely for me to ever hardcast. Hardcast the Ashen Rider, but I think that's okay. And let's get some more green. Wow, I actually didn't realize how little green I'm running. I guess I ended up cutting a lot of the green cards. I guess the Nissa's not going to be as good here, huh? If I'm running so few forests, but still a very good card. I think that's fine. So I guess we're base black, splashing green-white. Weird. I'm going to regret not running the Swords to Plowshares, I'm sure of it. And this Elvish Mystic looks really sketchy with this few forests. I wonder if it's actually better, because I have so few forests, to cut the Mystic and actually run the Ramanap Excavator instead to get the fetches from the graveyard, and I have Cobra. Yeah, let's try it like that. All right, let's submit this, go to round 1 of this Vintage Cube draft. Alrighty, here we are for round 1 of this Vintage Cube draft with our Abzan Reanimator deck, and oh my gosh, look at that opening hand. 5 lands, double Eldrazi. That is a very easy mulligan. Is this any better? Yeah, absolutely better. So what can I guess I'm gonna pitch the Basalt Monolith here or the Ramanap Excavator. I have 3 fetches in the deck. That's a lot of mana, though. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I pitch Ramanap, I go like turn 2 Basalt, but then nothing else. If this was Kozilek in my hand, I think I would keep the Basalt, but because it's not, I'm just going to keep the Ramanap and hope to draw a fetch land and start thinning my deck out from there. So I'm going to lead with the Forest, but this is awkward if I draw like Rotting Regisaur. But this lets us play a turn 2 Ramanap Excavator. Ooh, we're going to get Mana Tithed? Oh, we did. Nice. Not a huge deal. I don't have any fetches anyways. So cards I'm looking for, Putrid Imp, Rotting Regisaur, any other way to put a card in my graveyard. There's the Putrid Imp. Nice. Okay. So what the game plan is here is next turn, pass the turn, and then at the end of the opponent's turn, discard Emrakul the Putrid Imp, and Makeshift Mannequin with a shuffle trigger on the stack. That's the hope. No guarantee it's going to work, but... Oh, they have a Jite! Oh, that's gross. Oh, Jite completely hoses this game plan. Because they can just target Emrakul because of the makeshift counters. So I need to draw like Shallow Grave this turn. That really sucks. Protection from colored spells, but... Jite. Jite killing Emrakul. That hurts. Our hope is that the opponent doesn't equip. And that they go for a different play. Oh, they didn't equip! Okay. We are back to having a shot here. Please just, like, play another creature or something silly. Tithe Taker. That's fine. So now what I do is, before that resolves, I discard Emrakul. With the discard on the stack, I make the Makeshift Mannequin play. And now I get to attack and make them sacrifice 6 permanents with the Emrakul Annihilator. So they need to play like a Plains plus have some way to target, which they didn't. Phew! That was very fortunate for us that our opponent did not equip the Jite, because we probably would have lost. Alright, so it looks like they're mono white, which means Master of the Wild Hunt can come in. We did see Jite for the Knight, and I can probably bring in Swords to Plowshares as well. Versus mono white, the aggro decks, Mindslaver is definitely a lot worse against, so we're going to end up taking that out. I think I can probably take out Metamorph versus them as well. And then I want to get this Master of the Wild Hunt in here somewhere. Not sure what I want to cut on the draw. It might just be Kozilek. Keep the Annihilator 6. Even though this is far easier to hardcast, I think I like the blowout potential of the Emrakul. So let's make those 3 swaps and go to game number 2 here. With a pretty lackluster hand again for starters. We do have 2 Reanimate effects. And if I was true Reanimator and had like say a Grizzlebrand in my hand, what I could do is like draw for turn since I'm on the draw. Discard Grizzlebrand and then turn 2 Reanimate. But go ahead and pitch that one down for a better 6 hopefully. And yeah, that definitely looks like a better 6. I'm going to go with the ramp plan here and discard the Putrid Imp. Turn 2 Signet, turn 3 Reach, turn 4 Nissa, I suppose is a fine sequence. Kind of wish I had taken that Pernicious Deed during the drafting. It would be very good versus mono white. Okay. We got some 5-drop Planeswalkers that can hopefully win the game though. Have to be a little bit careful. We know the opponent has a Mana Tithe in their deck. And maybe a Lingering Souls if they have a Courtyard. That is a lot of mana I have. Alright. Hopefully they don't come out of the gates too quickly. Oh, that's pretty good. Silverblade Paladin, I'm going to take 4 here. So I guess the best draw next turn would just be the Swords to Plowshares. Swords the Silverblade Paladin, cast the Kadama's Reach. something like that. Grave Titan's pretty good too. So we have to go get a black source here. Let's go get black-green. But this is 8 damage, and that's assuming they don't have any other way to add more, so... We might just see like an Armageddon, and that would kill me too. A lot of different things the opponent could do and just wreck me. Honor of the Pure, yeah, that's 12 damage now. Skull Clamp, that's 4, 8, 14 damage. Okay. Yikes. Holy smokes. Well, it doesn't kill me, but it's pretty dang close. I can never use this Ancient Tomb anymore. Alright, come on, Grave Titan. Save the day. You know what's kind of crazy? The Tithe Taker dying actually will kill me because it would make a 2/2 flyer for them. This is actually a good thing that it has double strike because I can just chump with a zombie and it doesn't trade and give them a token. So I think we just chump. They only have 2 cards left in their hand. Hopefully nothing fantastic. So my next play, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can Nissa. Oh, they have a Lingering Souls. Okay, well, that'll probably just kill us then. That is a lot of flyers when I'm at 2 life. Yeah, we don't have any adds to that. All right, GG's. Good curve. So this is a consideration to bring in like the Parallax Wave then. The double white is pretty awkward, but it is good versus their decks, certainly. Ah, the double white is just so bad on the mana. I don't know if I can afford to run that. Yeah. I don't think I can. Let's just run it back like this again and hope to get him for game 3. Alrighty, here we are for game 3 of the first round. And do we have a keepable hand here? It's pretty close. I mean, obviously they might just run us over, but I don't think I can mulligan this hand. Another green source for Master of the Wild Hunt would be quite ideal. I think my best draw next turn might just be Gruul Signet, right? Draw Gruul Signet, turn 2 Signet, turn 3 Master of the Wild Hunt can often just wreck a green, or sorry, wreck a white deck. Opponent deciding to mulligan or not. This hand is pretty awkward though. Right, the only real action spell I have here is the Mirai's Wake. Basalt Monolith into Mirai's Wake. They have a 1-drop. Ooh, they have a Kythian. Not good for me. We drew an Ashen Rider. Alright. Well, if I can find a way to discard the Ashen Rider in the next few turns, I will have to pay 8 life with Reanimate, but at least that's something to do. And that's bad. Tidehollow Skull are gonna... I mean, I would think they take the Basalt Monolith here, because that's the only thing I can do. But maybe they get scared of the Reanimate and take the Reanimate. Not ideal. I guess with Mirari's Wake, I can potentially hardcast the Ashen Rider. They could also take Master of the Wild Hunt. On the off chance that I draw like a green source in the next couple of draw steps, Master of the Wild Hunt, if they don't have a removal spell. No, they did take Basalt. All right. So we're going to have a problem here. Definitely wish I had Parallax Wave. Shallow Grave as well. Oh no. Got the ways to reanimate. Don't have any ways to discard. Hollowed Spirit Keeper is another nice one. Alright, I mean, I need to draw something next turn, otherwise this game is going to be over. Okay, that guess counts for something. We're still way on the back foot here. They have a Caracas too to bounce Kythian, perhaps. Yeah, Silverblade Paladin also really bad for me. I guess I have to exile the Silverblade Paladin. Or the Spirit. I guess I can exile the Spirit Keeper. Prevent myself from taking 6 and only take 4 damage this turn. That way it also stops them from transforming their Kythian into Gideon. But we're probably dead here. Yeah, another 1-drop. Man, a Toxic Deluge or something and we win the game. Vamp Tutor. Nope, that's not going to work. We're going to take lethal next turn. All right, GG's there. Let's go to round 2. All right, here we are for the second round with our Abzan Poop deck here in Vintage Cube. We're going to go ahead and keep this hand on the draw. Just needs 1 land, and I can start ramping up into the more relevant spells here. Ooh, Lotus Cobra would be really good too. So hopefully I can just draw another land next turn and save the fetch for post-Lotus Cobra. That way we can get a lot of extra manas. Good luck, have fun. Opponent on blue-green. Incubation Druid. Alright, come on, land. That is a 6-drop. Well, we're going to have a really big problem if I don't find a land next turn again. Ooh, a fast spawn from the opponent. That might not do anything, though, if they don't have any extra lands in their hand. Alright. Conveniently for us, though, we did find a land off the top. And let's go ahead and just... I'm going to lose some mana here when I Kadama's Reach, put a land on the battlefield. Don't have anything else to cast for 2. Oh, I hope they don't Spell Pierce this. I need my manas. Oh, they have a mana drain, right. Of course, because they have 2 mana with the Incubation Druid. Yeah, that's pretty good too. So opponent's going to get access to 3 additional mana next turn. This could be very bad for us. Wow, they're just going to go for an Upheaval. Upheaval fast spawned land, I guess? Ah, they drew another land so they can play their Incubation Druid this turn. I mean, that was good, but it wasn't, like, beyond busted. And now I can, like, discard Grave Titan, and we can Makeshift Mannequin it on turn, well, quote-unquote turn 3. That's only really good if they have another follow-up play here, but maybe their best play is just leveling up the Incubation Druid. Yep, alright, that's what they do. I mean, they still have 2 cards in hand, so obviously anything is fair game, but... Alright, now they have access to, what, 8 mana? If they just attack for 3, that's great. If they don't attack, then I'm going to be worried that they have another, like, counter magic type card that's double blue or triple blue. but just a pass. Okay. So I have a few different lines here. I could just like makeshift mannequin the Grave Titan. I could Mirari's Wake. I think I probably want to play out the Wake this turn. And that'll unlock a plethora of potential. All right, and they had Mirari's, or they had a Spell Pierce indeed. So they did have a bunch of counter magic. But I guess it's better that counter the Mirari's Wake than my makeshift mannequin next turn. Ooh, a Lily. All right. Well, with the Lotus Cobra, we can actually go ahead and just do that. I was going to instead, if I didn't draw Lily here, just pass the turn and makeshift mannequin, try to ambush their incubation. They have another counter? Okay. That's pretty funny. Mana Drain, Spell Pierce, Miscalculation, and then beat downs with an Incubation Druid. Oh, that's hilarious. I mean, they can't have another count. Oh, they didn't attack this time? I mean, I guess I'm just gonna pass here and see what they're doing. No attacks. All right, let's go for the mannequin. If you have another counter, it might be cryptic now. Nope, no counter. All right, and that should be good enough, I would think. Pretty funny game, though. And yeah, let's run out the Slaver. And then bash in. Kind of a free roll attack with all of my other creatures, since I'm getting 2 more anyways, and I don't need the Lotus Cobra anymore. So we might as well just put them on the lowest clock possible. Looks like our threats beat out on their counter magic. What a weird game. Okay, so Fast Bond Upheaval is certainly quite the combo, and they have a ton of counter magic. How do we combat that? Doesn't really look like we have great ways to combat that, so let's just run it back and go to game 2. Alright, here we are for game 2 of the second round. We are currently up a game. On the draw with a 1-land hand, even though we have some of our better cards. Gotta ship that down to 6. And another 1-lander. Gotta ship that down to 5. Alright, this is keepable. Let's pitch a Metamorph and a Swamp here. Hopefully Cobra can do some business and that they don't have a super fast start. Turn 1 Elf. We have a game plan if they don't have counters. Though maybe that's a pipe dream, given that we know they have, what, at least 3 in their deck? Okay, but no blue mana yet. Turn 2 Sylvan Library is quite good, though. And we do have Lotus Cobra into fetch for a potential turn 3 5-drop, if we're lucky. We're hoping they whiff on another blue source for a turn. Alright, so they are going to pay... Ooh, they're going to pay the full 8 life to draw 2 extra cards with the library. Don't think life is too much of a concern in this particular matchup, though. And they're cycling Miscalc. Wow, so they don't have... They must not have an island in the top few cards. And they just bricked on land, it looks like. Okay, so we're going to really push our advantage here. Feel a little bit bad, but I mean, sometimes that's the way these things go. And absolutely attacking with the Cobra here. When they're stumbling on land drops, trading my Cobra for their Mystic is a great trade. Man. You know Nissa's a busted card when she's still freaking good in Vintage Cube. That is a trade I'm happy with. So we have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 mana next turn, but there's no way for me to play out Ashen Rider because I need double black, double white. So I'm going to have to Mirari's Wake first, and then we can Ashen Rider. But I would guess this game is going to probably be over either this turn or the next turn, since the opponent's just stumbled so hard. And that's just bad luck. They've looked at so many cards in their deck and missed a land. Yeah, they paid another 4 life there. I mean, I guess if they have... Yeah, okay, Mox is a good start. And like a Fast Bond or something. Okay, Courser into... Alright, they're kind of back in this. Kind of, I say. 2, 4, 6, 8... Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I don't want to untap the forest this turn. Let's untap the swamp. Play the wake. And then attack for 4. And then with Nissa and Mirari's Wake, we can... get them pretty darn good here. Courser of Kruphix with Sylvan Library is an A+ combo synergy, right? You can take a look at the top 3 cards. If one of them is a land, you put it back on top. Then you play it with Courser. Great synergy there. We might actually have had a problem if they were able to cast Upheaval this turn, although... Unless they have like a Lotus or a Mox Sapphire, that doesn't seem very likely. I don't need to be afraid of something like Channel when they're at so few life. Add 1 mana of any, so Forests now tap for 3 green. So I have 3, 6, 9... plus 4. I have 14 mana next turn. Pretty good. In addition to the fact that I just have like 3 lethal lands. Gonna be hard for them to get out of this one. What did we see they revealed? It was an Ugin, right? Yeah. The thing about the Ugin is, even if they could somehow get the Ugin on the battlefield, I don't think Nissa makes colored lands. Which means the lands wouldn't die to like Ugin minus. Alright, looks like opponent thought through their turn, but can't come up with anything. It was going to be very hard with them at, I guess, 3 life now instead of 2. See the best they can do. Okay, that's actually really good. That can blow up one of my lands. Because it doesn't say non-creature, it just says artifact, enchantment, or land. And in fact, that's what they have to do. They can't... Like, if they blow up the Wake, they're just dead to me, animating a land and attacking with 3 creatures. Yep. Nice, and they got my only Black Stars. Alright, this game isn't actually over. Is it over now? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Ashen Rider. No, I don't think I can kill them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm a little bit short. I can, like, Ashen Rider, kill Slime, force them to chump with the Kruphix, which I think is the correct play. But this definitely doesn't win the game. Could also just Could also just jam Kozilek, but we want them to lose their Courser here, definitely. So let's Ashen, let's kill the slime. Let's attack with our Forest, forces them to chump with the Courser. Still pretty unlikely they can do anything here, but you never know. They did buy themselves an extra turn. I guess they could just upheaval. If they have the upheaval, I'm in a kind of a bad spot. Oh boy, they do. And now they can play out their Mox. They did have to play a land first, though, which is good. Wow. Okay. There goes Avenger. I mean, they probably should discard Ugin. Glenelendra Archmage. I don't know if I would have discarded that one, but it looks like they're pitching a bunch of lands. Crazy. Oh! Putrid Imp is actually amazing here. It's a 3-turn clock in the air. It also gives me an out to drawing like Shallow Grave or Reanimate. Oh, that's hilarious. That is freaking hilarious. Oh, you know what? I can make it a 2-turn clock. I should probably do that. Just pitch 3 cards and get Threshold. I should absolutely do that. Put them on a 3-turn clock. Or, sorry, 2-turn clock. So we have 4 cards in our graveyard right now. So pitch the Rider, flying. I need to discard 2 more cards here. Pitch the Wake, pitch a Forest. Can't discard Kozilek, otherwise it shuffles my graveyard. All right, you're at 1 life. Can you deal with a 2/2 that can gain flying? I bet you they wish they had their Glenelendra still, because that would actually be really good here. Oh no, they can bounce my... Alright, that buys them a turn. And then I guess their Brazen Borrow can block the next turn too. Oh, we still got a game. What on earth? What on earth? So I guess now I'm supposed to not even attack with Putrid Imp because if I draw one of my Reanimate effects... Sorry, if I draw like... Oh, I guess that doesn't make sense. If I draw one of my Reanimate effects, I just want to reanimate the Ashen Rider anyways, so maybe that's irrelevant. But they do need to draw a land here to play their Brazen if they don't have anything else. So we know they have like an Ugin in their hand. What else? Wait. Phantasmal Image? Are they going to Phantasmal Image Cobra, then play land? Because they can't copy Putrid Imp. Since they have Threshold as well, theirs won't be able to block. I guess we'll see. Okay, they did copy the Lotus Cobra, rather. Do they have a land? They do. So now they get to play their Brazen Borrower. All right. They said they didn't have an out, and then here they are. With an absolute out. Maybe I just draw the Reanimate effect and make it easy. That is what we call easy. Okay, so they do have a Spell Pierce in the deck, so I'd make sure to play the land first. And it's absolutely better just to shallow grave the Ashen Rider. Now I can pitch the Kozilek, give both my creatures flying, and attack for lethal. Good draw. Good draw. Alright, we did manage to squeak out one match win with this deck. Let's go to match number 3 and see if we can at least salvage a 2-1 here. Stay tuned. And here we are for round 3 of this Vintage Cube draft with our kind of stinky Abzan pseudo-reanimator, pseudo-ramp deck. I don't know. I don't know what you would call this deck. I don't think it's particularly good, but go ahead and keep this opening 7 on the play. Turn 3 Regisaur. Turn 3 Regisaur into copying it might just be good enough. But then again, this is Vintage Cube, so it's very possible I just die on like turn 1. Maybe not very possible, but it is possible. Okay. Maybe they have some discard effects. Chrome Mox. Uh-oh. Watch them Hymn to Turok me, make me pitch my 2 lands, quote-unquote, randomly. Discards an Impulse, or rather, imprints an Impulse. Ooh, plays a turn 1 Dark Confidant. Should I metamorph the Dark Confidant knowing that I have an Emrakul in my deck? Putrid Imp off the top. Alright. No, that can block. It doesn't have the non-block clause until I have Threshold, so... We shall see. Maybe they'll do a little work for me, pinging themselves. Grixis, okay. This could definitely be a Storm deck then from the opponent. If we can get to Mindslaver, it'll probably be really freaking good. Okay, no attacks. Darn, missing a land there for Lily. Let's go ahead and attack with the Putrid Imp, see if they want to offer the trade, or see if they want to take the trade. What I could do here is actually metamorph the Chrome Mox, imprinting like Regisaur to get a second black source. That's not super far-fetched. But I guess I'm just going to run out the Regisaur. And see if we can just beat down with a 7-6. Would not be surprised to see a removal spell here, end of turn. But they did not have anything. And they're Bob doing work. Back-to-back lands, pretty nice. Is this a Rakdos's or a Mind Twist? Looks like an X spell. Walking Ballista, okay. Different X spell. Don't really care if they ping the Putrid Imp. It's like slightly annoying, but I don't have A, a Reanimator spell in hand, or B, a fatty to pitch to it, so. And Imp is down. Gonna go ahead and just pitch the Lily here with the Regisaur trigger. Reanimate, interesting. So let's attack for 7. I think I'm just going to go all in on the game plan of copying the Regisaur, beating them down. Next turn we can just discard Mindslaver and Nissa. Looks like they're going to block and ping me. That's fine. You'd think a dinosaur would have trample, but... What did they say? Tie? Wait, what? Tie. Come on, Bob. Nice. All right, Bob drew them. Ooh, they have a metamorph of their own. Okay. Wonder if they just copy a Regisaur here. So, I'm guessing they're not a Storm deck then if they're running all of these other cards we've seen. And yeah, in fact, they do. All right. So, Metamorph a Reggie. We'll go to our turn. We'll go ahead and pitch the Nissa and the Mindslaver. Attack with both. They trade with one. They might even chump with the Bob at this point as well. That doesn't work. Need an instant speed effect with Kozilek. Alright, so we'll trade off here. They'll take 7, go to 8, and we're just going to reanimate our Regisaur again. Can Bob hit them for a little bit more life? Oh, they hit an 8-drop? They hit a Treasure Cruise! Wow, that's amazing. Oh, God. A little bit ambitious to run Treasure Cruise and Dark Confidant in your deck, but hey, I will freaking take it. That's amazing. Greatness at any cost. I'm just going to run it back. Let's go to the next game. Okay, here we are for the next game of this final round. Opponent just killed themselves with a Dark Confidant revealing Treasure Cruise. No fear. I like it. We're on the draw. Got a 1-lander again, so we'll take a mulligan. And this hand is awkward but fine. I think let's lose the Mindslaver this time. This is quite the hand, though. Ancient Tomb does nothing for Liliana. Okay, there's a Shallow Grave. So let's lead with our tap land. Let's see if we draw a Swamp next turn, and then we can potentially just like turn 3 Lily. Didn't really see too much from the opponent's deck. Walking Ballista, Chrome Mox, Impulse, Dark Confidant, Metamorph. Speaking of, there's the Chrome Mox. Imprinting the Treasure Cruise this time, I accept. Oh, into a turn 2 Narset. That's pretty good. Revealing a Simic Signet. I approve. Okay. So Swamp, pass here. This is going to be pretty awkward if I draw a Swamp next turn, because if I draw Swamp and I want to Lily, that means I wouldn't be able to cast turn 4 Nissa, since I wouldn't have double black on the battlefield. Alright, there's their Signet. Go ahead and activate Narset again. Let's see if they... Oh, a Wheel of Fortune! Oh, no! Okay, so I have to kill Narset next turn with Maelstrom Pulse. Because Wheel of Fortune Narset means I would draw 1 card, they would draw a fresh 7. That's terrifying. Yeah, we just need to Snap Pulse that now. If I leave that on the battlefield, we instantly lose. The question is, do I want to play Ancient Tomb to get it on the battlefield? Because I think they'll probably still cast Wheel of Fortune, so let's get the double mana online. Kind of awkward, but I think it's a good play. Gonna be pretty sad to lose a lot of these cards. Although, on the bright side, if they do Wheel of Fortune, I will discard Grave Titan, meaning if we draw another one of our reanimate effects, we can at least get that back. Narset, Wheel of Fortune. Oh, do they have a Shinobi here? Oh, no, they have what, Fallen Shinobi, I think it's called? Gross, dude. This is ninjutsu. Oh boy. Well, they could realistically hit Emrakul or Kozilek here. They hit Makeshift Mannequin, which gets nothing. Alright. Thank God. This is not going to be an easy game to win, though. Yeah. Don't have double black for that, otherwise it would be pretty good here. So I guess I have to pay 2 life and play the Nissa. I guess I don't mind losing the Ancient Tomb here anymore. Game plan is just to chump the Fallen Shinobi with the Ancient Tomb. Can't attack into the snake, it has Death Touch, and they just get another one for free anyways. Okay, they didn't have a kill spell for Ancient Tomb, so I guess that's good. Yep, happy to chump. Good attack with the snake. I would probably just have attacked maybe everything at Nissa. Blooming Marsh. They still have Wheel of Fortune in hand. They're going to pass. We did draw Forest. And that's actually going to let me play Grave Titan here because I can untap the Swamp for double black now. That might give us a chance if they don't have a counterspell. And again, presumably they don't have a removal spell, because if they did, they would have killed my tomb last turn. Alright. So you're saying there's a chance. These have been some really strange games. Now, notably, I cannot cast a double black card again next turn because I won't be able to untap my Swamp since it's already a creature. Uh-oh, here they go. This is Wheel of Fortune. Let's do this, they say. Spin that. Oh my. What? This is. What on earth? 6 mana or 7 mana sources? Then they duress me. Ay. Big ol' yikes. Alright, they replayed their Dark Confidant. Let's go. What a crazy game. Into more mana. Sure, why not? Seems realistic. I guess I want to play a white here. I'm not animating Stirring Wildwood this turn. I guess that doesn't matter. More unnecessary ramp. Can't attack, not with the snake. Don't want to trade Grave Titan for snake. Alright, Bob revealed an impulse, sure. If you're wondering what Bob is the name for Dark Confidant. Named so because Bob Marr won an event that allowed him to create a card in his likeness, and this is it. They have a Grave Titan of their own. Okay, so I am hoping to draw an Eldrazi or something, or Ashen Rider or something. Good attack. They might as well poke me for 1 damage with the snake. Although now I can attack with my Grave Titan if I wanted to. No, how about we just draw some more land? Sure, because that makes loads of sense. 1, 2, 3. I should have some more forests in my deck, right? No, I only have 4 forests total. 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1 more forest in the deck? 1, 2, 3. Should have 1 more forest in the deck so I can play the Windswept Heath out. Wow, I like how the Nissa ultimate can only get 1 more land. That's hilarious. I suppose I could have attacked with Grave Titan there in theory, but not a great attack. All right, Bob, do some more work for me. Nope, hit his land. So they are splashing green for something then if they have multiple green lands. I'm guessing we're not going to win this game though. This is a big spell. This is a very big spell. Rakdos' Return. Walking Ballista again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they can do a Walking Ballista for 5. Does that kill me if they just attack with everything? Might actually be dead if they just attack with everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 10 creatures to my 6. Yeah, I think if they have Ballista, I'm dead. Oh, it is a Rakdos' Return for 8. All right. Well, that kills me too. GG. I like how it has to try to resolve the rest of the spell. We weren't really drawing much either. What a strange game. I guess I want to bring in the swords. They have some decent creatures to hit. Can once again take out the Ramanap, I guess. Yeah, I guess Knight of Autumn can be okay as well. They showed us multiple artifacts to potentially blow up. I guess I'll just take out my Grill Signet. All right, let's go to game 3. All right, here we are for game 3 of the final round. Let's go on the play, and we'll keep this hand. Turn 1 Imp, whatever. Turn 3 Lily, whatever, but it's a fine hand. On the play, a Lily is nice, so. Turn 1 Imp, go. I am counting on this Liliana to do a lot of work and hoping that I don't get duressed. Since we know opponent has, a duress in their deck. Are they thinking about Chrome Moxing again? Nope, not this time. Hey, that's another really solid draw. Alright, we might just go the Regisaur beatdown plan again. Yeah! Take 1. So if they play a creature next turn, I will probably just Liliana minus. If they just play like a Signet, I will probably Regisaur and put a clock on the board. Yeah, no plays. We'll go for the Regi. Oh, don't mind me. Just casually drawing a random white card in my green-black deck. Hopefully this doesn't get countered. Good, it is time. Just let it resolve. No! Stop! Okay, phew. Just impulse. Don't hurt the Reggie. What do we not want to see? We don't want to see, like, a Fiomancer. That would be bad. Be really good versus the Rotting Regisaur. Or if they do have a Fiomancer and I draw an untapped white source, I can Swords plus Lily. That would be good. Blood Crypt. Okay. Tapped, though, so no 3-drop. And I'm going to go ahead and pitch 1 Swamp here. Hold the Swords for another turn. Ooh, Vampiric Tutor. That was a good draw. Alright, let's go to attacks. Bash in for 8. And now the question is, do I want to play out my land? What can I go Vampiric Tutor for next turn? That would be good. We can get like Maelstrom Pulse, Metamorph. Yeah, I'm going to Lily, though. Lily, make both players discard a card. Ah, okay, they had Spell Pierce. So that's fine. We can just go ahead and pitch the Swords to Plowshares to the Rotting Regisaur now. No big deal. And then we can like Vampiric Tutor for Maelstrom Pulse on upkeep or something. I don't think we had seen Spell Pierce for them before. As they play Bayou for land number 4. Come on, Reginald. Our deck is bad, but you hit for 7, so let's hope we can win this one. Chrome Mox, okay. Let's see what they do. Imprinting a Vendilion Click. That's double blue now that they have. Pass. Huh. Alright, well, I guess I'm just going to let this resolve then, since they didn't play a creature. Discard my sword. Otherwise, if they had played a creature, I could like discard the Swords to Putrid Imp. And then Vampiric Tutor in response to the Regisaur trigger. Snapcaster Mage Impulse. Okay, that's fine. And now that we have 5 mana, I can go Vampiric Tutor for like... what do you call it? Nissa or... Nissa or Vivian. Sorry, Nissa or Liliana, the 5-mana Lily. 5-mana Lily looks pretty good on this board. Okay. Can you beat Rotting Regisaur, opponent? These matches have definitely not felt like Vintage Cube. They felt a lot more like a Legacy Cube draft, but sometimes that's the way things go. Duress! Okay, we can fire off Vampiric Tutor in response. Pretty sure it's just got to be Nissa at this point. I don't have 6 mana, so getting Grave Titan doesn't make sense. Lily also seems good, but Nissa produces a lethal attacker immediately, so even if they just play out 1 creature here, they're going to need something else. No! You're not supposed to play a Fiomancer. I told you not to. Alright. Well, I am definitely going to attack with both creatures here to get the Aphiamancer off the battlefield. If they have another removal spell in their hand, this is going to be very, very bad for me, but I think we have to make the play given that I have literally nothing else to do. So Snake can eat the Regisaur, Aphiamancer can chump, which means we would still be left with an extra creature. Oh no, they do have a removal spell? They didn't block. Oh no, that's bad. Wait, what's going on here? Maybe dismember, pay 2 life? Oh, they have an Abrade? Wowie caboodles. Okay. We've got ourselves a game again. I mean, at least I have a lot of mana now. If they don't just rip a removal spell. But, yikes. Holy moly. Okay. If they have Rakdos' Return, they can kill my Nissa now, too. They do. This totally is Rakdos' Return for 4 on Nissa. Holy crap. Oh, no, wait. It was a Walking Ballista. Stabilize. I mean, I guess that's good. Not really, but might as well nab their last card in hand, which was an ultimate price. Okay. Can't attack. Gotta just pass here. Oh, what a strange game. I think we're definitely losing here, right? Yeah. Yep, I like the play. So what they can do here is level up the Ballista, kill the land, attack Nissa for 4, and then finish her off with the ping, which would leave me with 3 lands and nothing versus their 6 mana Aphiamancer. Oh! Oh, they're playing super conservatively. They want to keep their Ballista then. Okay. Well, that actually might give me a shot. Because now the Ballista is too small to really be relevant. Huh. I mean, they can attack the Nissa with Snake, but then I get to attack with my lands next turn. Yeah, that... Okay. Okay. Sure. Wait, they went face? Oh, they have ninjutsu. They drew the ninja? Oh, no! Oh, God. All right. They could hit my Emrakul or whatever. Grave Titan Liliana. And that's going to be the game, folks. And that's going to be the game. Yeah, they gave me a realistic shot, but then they top decked a little bit better than I did. I don't think there's anything I can draw that gets me out of this now. In fact, they can get back Snapcaster and then Abrade the Forest, which I think is probably the right move, but wow, wow, wow. No, looks like they just milled. Sure. I have access to 2, 4, 6, 8 mana. I don't think there's anything I can draw. Oh, what a swing. What a freaking swing. Man, that turn that they had the Abrade feels bad, but I think they just attack with everything, right? Right-click attack all. These are kind of like forced blocks here. All right, GG's, GG's. Well, my first two videos for Card Kingdom I haven't done particularly well. We did 2-1 in the first draft, and then we went 1-2, but this wasn't a very good deck. I mean, we had some fun games, but it wasn't like the busted level that I want for Vintage Cube. Hopefully it was still enjoyable, though. I think that game was kind of neat. Oh, get my play points for the event. If you want to take a look at the deck one more time, you can see it here. Didn't have as many ways to abuse the Eldrazi as I would really want, but at least we did get to go one game with the makeshift mannequin Emrakul, even though it wasn't super spectacular. Like I mentioned in my very first video, I will be doing these draft videos every single week, so you guys can look forward to probably one more Vintage Cube draft next week. And then soon we're going to have Ikoria. So the new set's going to drop soon, and Ikoria will be coming out in the next few weeks on Magic Online. So that's something to look forward to. Thanks again for watching. Kenji, Numot the Nummy, Egashira, out.